was used for water catchment and water storage, and this fed the plantations that were lower down. And also this control the water going down for seasons as well. So this is a lot of water control up here. So this is a dam, it's all brick and stone. So sometime during the rainy season, water will be up here. If it have a really heavy rain, it will just be cascading over on the side. And then down there is another pool. And then if you look down, this is the next dam down here. And then down below again, there's another one. So the last to have water would be the one that's further down.
So this is water control?
Yeah, this is water control here. This is some engineering done up here.
Because otherwise it would just be gushing.
Oh, trust me, it'll wash everything down there. Those little culverts that you see down there across the road and stuff like that, this is what's controlling it up here. So a lot of engineering was done up here as well. Like I said, this is just brick and stone. There's no steel, there's no cement in here. Let's hold the rope and pull up. Yeah, come around here. Nice. 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 Come up. Come up.
The tree, I've never seen anything like it, you know?
This one here is a gum tree. And also you have the
Upper gum tree.
you have the cinnamon bush as well. Or the cinnamon bush.
Cinnamon.
Bay leaves.
Bay leaf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We have an abundance of bay leaf on this trail as well. A lot of them.
That's what they make tea with?
Yeah, tea and porridge, yeah. Yeah. I tell folks back then in the 16 and 1800s when they used to call Nevis the Queen of the Caribbean. It was not a meme, it was not a slogan, it was not because of a song. It's because Nevis was genuinely seen as a queen. It was royal. We made money, we made millions for families.
I was reading that.
We generated millions. Families now who have
trade.
a multi-millionaire generational wealth. We have created generational wealth for many families here in Nevis. To this day, people are still benefiting from what we produce.
Very true.
The rainforest is this green, but there's so much food. There's food here. I tell people you can only go hungry in Nevis if you're crippled or you're lazy. Because there's always something in season. There's always something to eat. It was left here for us. A legacy of food, a legacy of medicine. That's why you find here in Nevis still, it's almost like people do it unconscious, but you ask somebody, but you got it cold? Or somebody tell you got it cold, they rattle off about 5, 6 different bush. They know what bush
to take.
And my guests find that fascinating as well. That like, well, how you know so much different bush for different things and different. So yeah, because we only had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We only had that. I remember when I was younger, I would wake up in the morning and just listen. Listen for my grandmother somewhere in the bush chopping wood. And it was so unique that because they have different people chopping, but you know your grandmother rhythm. You know her cutlass, yeah, you know her rhythm. So you follow the rhythm through the bush and she'll be cutting something and then you head back out the bush, you head back out your wood and you do your charcoal. And those years of just finding my way through the bush is something that really stuck with me because it was a peaceful moment in the morning.
Like you're so comfortable here.
I tell people I'm more comfortable in the bush than I mean, people see me with electronics and cameras and the thing. And this is one of the reasons why I started shooting landscaping photography. When I started in photography, it was just straight landscaping. So why would I want to shoot somebody else when I have all of this?
Yeah, the perfect pictures right here.
You know, and I tell people I have 2 terabytes of photos. And it's all of Nevis. I have photos, I've just taken them and stored them. Because these are things that it may not be of value to me, but it'll be value to my son or my son's son. When he tried to explain what Nevis was, we can go back to photos. And we are at that we're on the knife edge here in Nevis where we can go both ways. We can totally destroy this and then I'll come and tell you about what we had. Or we can preserve it and say this is what we have.
Yes, and that's what we want.
And that's what we want, what we have.
It's always been the present.
Crush it up.
Oh. This is soursop.
No.
No?
Smell it.
Oh, this is cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon bush.
Big one. But
It's
Thank
nice.
you.
You just hang them like that, and it's nice. Also, this is used. You know the importance of this. It's good for indigestion. If you have like upset stomach, like say a hangover, you make some tea from this, and that will be able to settle your stomach as well. Also, it makes a natural air freshener as well. If you want your room to smell nice and cinnamon, you boil a pot of water, you drop a few leaves in the pot, and then you just let it fill the room. Also, you can infuse some rubbing alcohol or grain alcohol. You infuse a bottle and you feel like, you know, you're feverish. You know, sometimes you just feel like a little,
Yeah.
you splash that, and that's what you call the bay rum. That's what the old folks used to call
Oh
the bay
yes,
rum.
bay rum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just rum and bay leaf. Well, you just white rum and bay leaf. And that you use for, you know, if you, you know, you feel a little
Yeah, maybe a
feverish,
little faint or
little
something
faint,
like that.
anything.
It kind of
Yeah. Also,
reviving.
when I'm hiking as well, and I have guests who like a little bit, you
Yeah.
know, faint, I'll
But
just give them
sometimes when
one.
you go to the altitude, you know,
Yeah,
some
you
people
crush
do
that,
leave it.
and you give that, and that will just
Yeah.
lift you right back up again. So it's powerful medicine as well. So most times if I have a cruise guest, it will start here, and we work our way back down to the beach. Or we do the loop. It depends on what is the book, you know. And sometimes I'll do it in the reverse. I'll come up Mount Travers, loop, and go back through and then go back down, right? But I just want you guys to get a little view up to the top, and then you can just head back down, yeah? Let's go, guys.
Sounds good.
All right, ladies. It's one of my favorite spots on this trail as well. So Pam, this is a view of Charlestown from the back.
This is Charlestown.
So it goes from 3,232 feet all the way slope to sea level. Now, if you look at this whole area, entire area that you see in that they have gone, that would have been sugarcane all the way down. Like I said, the Pinny's estate was 500 acres of sugarcane. So, you good? Yeah. All right, let's go, guys. So now you're on the Belmont Estate Road. And this is another one that will take you all the way up to top of Barnes Gut to Tower Hill, those areas up there. As you can see, the bay tree or the cinnamon tree, it's a part of the cinnamon and eucalyptus family. So you find it still have the same wrapped bark like a cinnamon tree, but we just use the leaves, but the bark will just curl just like that. Also, this is a hardwood, very very hardwood.
Oh.
So it's used for a lot people use like art and craft. Also, if you like your fencing, once ago the old folks them used to use it as fencing. So you can cut it and make fence posts from it as well. Also, you can make furniture as well from it.
There's a gentleman I'm supposed to go and have a program with called Mr. Foley.
He turned those, he make bowls and stuff from them.
Because I'm
Very
looking
beautiful.
at them now
Yeah.
and I'm saying
Yeah, he
the
turned,
things that he makes looks like
mortar and paste. He makes mortar and
Yes,
pastels
yes,
and,
yes,
and
I have
bowls
to
from
speak to
them,
him
and he'll turn these
about,
wood. Very, very hard
being
wood.
a show with him.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This tree, locally we call it mutton and Paris. I don't really know the scientific name for it. You can smell it. Crush it and smell it.
We call it what?
Mutton and Paris.
Mutton and Paris?
Yeah. Smells good, right?
It smells bathroomy.
Yeah, it's almost like it's in the tea tree family.
Yeah, it smells like that kind of antibacterial kind of. You have to break it.
Yeah,
to smell it.
antibacterial, antifungal.
Yeah, it has that kind of properties in it. You can smell.
Oh, man, you help. This is just water, right? So, this is something that we use naturally. I use this to wash my hair on a regular basis, right? Like I mentioned to you guys that everything that we need, the earth provides. Everything that we need grows here in Nevis. Anything and everything, right? So if you trust some a little bit of water in my hand. All right. A little bit more. Sure. All right.
Oh. Wow.
You're making soap today.
Yeah.
Again.
So this is shampoo.
Shampoo.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So you use this. So naturally what I would do is I'll get a lot of this. I'll soak it in a bucket of water, and I'll do the same thing in the bucket.
Crush it all up together.
Push it up in the water, just work it in the water.
And let it get lathery.
Right? Before my wife passed, she actually gave me a pillowcase because I used to use up everything in the house. So she gave me a particular pillowcase, and then I'll strain it off in the pillowcase, and then the liquid now, I'll use that to wash, wash my dreads. So this is natural shampoo right here. Natural soap right here.
Amazing.
You could feel it? So it's antibacterial, antifungal. You use it as a mild mosquito repellent as well. So you can rub this on your skin as well.
It doesn't smell bad either.
No,
Not like
it's
sticking
very
to-
pleasant, very pleasant smell. So, like I mentioned, everything that we need
It's right here.
is right here. Everything.
So how you learn about this?
I want to know.
Ask a lot of questions. Stick around the elders. I made it my business years ago. When I used to work for a telephone company. We both worked for the telephone company.
We did.
And after 10 years, I walked away because I realized that everybody was leaving and nobody was staying back to preserve what we have. Somebody have to uphold this knowledge. Believe it or not, one day we're going to go back to this. And money have no value. And we've seen it already during the COVID.
Very true.
That
When
you
you
had
couldn't
money
buy
in the
anything?
bank, you had money and you had no access to it, you had nothing. I remember people used to comment and me, you're the happiest man in the world because you don't have to do nothing to spend no money. But I've been preaching this for day one, that we have it here. Maybe just utilize it. It's here. Everything we need is here. So I don't really wash my hands off. I like to rub this in. Very nice on my skin. And like I said, I wash my hair with this on a regular basis. This is what I use with aloe and some cactus. And then
Your
natural
hair's
oils afterwards. Remember I pulled one and it looks similar to it?
Yeah, that's why I want to know how you know.
Yeah, I just know. That's why I crush and smell.
Yeah, that's the
Because it
test, the
looks so
crush
much
test.
alike.
They look very much alike. And this is it right here. This is the bigger tree right here. It's a good old gum tree. Right? Now this tree, like us,
It's shredding.
it sheds its skin on a regular basis. Right? This is a very powerful tree. If you cut this tree, you cut it off and you dig a hole and you plant it, it'll continue growing. If you see right here, we scar it, you'll get a scab, it'll produce a sap and it'll produce a scab and it will just heal itself. If this tree were to fall over and let's say a branch broke off and penetrate me about, let's say 2-3 inches in the ground, it will just divert everything and start growing from that end. right? And that's just the strength and the power in this tree. And this is planted because you'll find a lot of people, older folks, their land used to have this tree as fence posts. Because once you plant this as a fence post, you have a living fence post. You wouldn't have to replace it ever again once you take care of it. And also it's an evergreen, so I had my time when my grandmother used to have me pick the leaves to feed the animals. Then when the place dry, you break the leaf them off and you feed the animals. Now the sap from this, used as a natural plaster. If you have like say a little water infection or anything, that can be used to you apply it to that and it will just heal that area. So a very powerful tree. I remember when we were in the bush and I get scratch and dig, my grandmother would just get some of this and just put it over it and that will just stop the bleeding and everything. So it's a very, very powerful tree. And like I said, you wouldn't find anything growing on it or attached to it because just like us, it sheds its skin on a regular basis. Regularly sheds its skin. And it's a new skin underneath.
I'm amazed at your knowledge, for one. And I'm amazed at how many different plants there are that are so versatile. I mean, there's so many things. We've talked about tea, we've talked about healing, we've talked about rubbing down for fainting, we've talked about all kinds of things today, just from the bushes
Yeah.
here. Wow, it's amazing, really.
That's why Nevis was known as Queen.
Because she had all the jewels in her crown.
Everything. No, you understand. No, you're adding everything up and you realize everything's connected. That's why you were called Queen.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Making
I think
sense.
there's only one
Making
or two other
sense.
country that rivals us in the fertility of our soil.
Yeah.
That's probably Dominica and Jamaica. You must understand, coming out of sugar, a lot of the farmers started to experiment with other things.
To see what would
Yeah.
catch.
So a lot of things, they were looking for the next cash
Right.
crop.
Right.
So there's a lot of experimentation. That's why you have a lot of cashew, we have almonds, we have so much different varieties of mango because they went to those tropical areas like the Philippines and stuff like that and
Right.
brought those stuff because remember those are British territories as well. So they brought a lot of those stuff to Nevis to try. But then we as a people now, we wanted to get out of that and
Right.
become modernized, but
Right.
then we forgot, we lost that knowledge of what is still here. Now, see them here again, me buy. This would have been a big one, huh?
Oh, it's got the root.
Yeah, man. Often have to take back down for the older folks, especially my grandmother who's 80 something years old, but in her heart and her spirit and her mind, she's still out here with me. So I tend to take back some of the things that she enjoys back to her because she can no longer come and get them herself. And I think that's one of the important things about sharing knowledge with the next generation is that you'll need somebody to go and get it for you at some point. I can see another one of the.
Yeah, I mean, look at that wood. Oh, nice.
It's just beautiful out just by itself, yeah?
Beautiful. I mean, sometimes we pay all these kinds of money for stain and to do all kinds of things to get this look.
Wow.
Look at that.
Natural beauty.
I tell people that when you look at the wonders of the Most High and the wonders of creation and the wonders of God, when you look at this, there's no doubt that there's a higher power that exists. Something have to create the order for these things to be the way they are.
Everything knows its place. Everything knows just how to be.
Yeah, it's an order, you check. And I tell people, like my yard at home, it's almost like this, but it's just fruit trees. I have replicated everything that's out here in my yard. It's in the same trail. They're vines, but my vines are peas and beans and spinach and passion fruit. My shrubs are, my grass are lemongrass. My big trees are mangoes and almonds and cashew and The only thing I don't have in my yard right now is a breadfruit tree. And simply because I can't get, I've tried 6 times. There's an elder,
Beautiful.
there's an elder dread that I go to his house.
Smooth it is.
His bed frame is from that.
Yeah.
His chairs, his
I can
furniture, his
see it.
sofas,
It's
everything
gorgeous.
is made from that.
It's gorgeous.
Very, very hard wood to work, but once you get it done, it's beautiful. These are the trees that you cut to make fish pot sticks.
Oh,
So these are them right here. They grow real straight. From time to time, people will come in and they will cut fish pot sticks and move them out. So suddenly you find like sticks, bundles all along this trail. Like somebody was cutting the other day, so you find a lot of them chopped. Of course, we have the elephant ears, and these are the long of the jungle. Clean and purify the ear. So we have them here growing well. In North America, you have to go to Sears and Lowe's and buy one for a lot of money, and then you keep it inside and it dies. And this one is a man-made bridge right here to cross this this
really?
ravine. Yeah.
when was that made then?
This is an 18th century.
Oh, 18th century.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And also this gives you an idea of the width of the pathway that went through
Oh, okay.
through the jungle.
Cross over it.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're gonna cross over it. So this is it right here. And this would have been the actual width of the path that went through here. It was just wide enough for a cat.
Wow.
Right?
Very broad.
Yeah. So this is an arch, a stone arch bridge that we're standing on right here. And we're gonna go around and get a look at it. All right. Now you see in this arch, there is no cement or any mortar in the arch itself. It's all rock that's cut and fit. On the other side is stone and lime. A lime mixture. It's a very slow curing mortar made from burnt coral, molasses. People had other mixture. Everybody had a different blend. I spoke to a gentleman. He was the last man to work on the New River Estate. Mr. I can't remember his name. But he told us that it takes at least 4 days to mix the mortar, to prepare the mortar for these type of work. And it's a slow curing mortar. It's curing to this day. So that what they'll do, they'll come up and they'll compact, they'll backfill with rocks and clay. And once they reach the arch, they'll build an arch inside from mold, from that, and then they'll fit the rocks. And then everything is locked in by the keystone on the top right here. And that's the arch all the way through. And then on top, they compact cobblestone and clay. Cobblestone and clay. If you see the different layers of
You can see them.
as it built up, as it come up. So you mean in 2000, the early 2000, they built culverts along the roadside and stuff like that. And you see them washed out, and these up here for centuries, holding back trees and holding back the mountain and holding back water and holding back
definitely.
rocks. So a testament to how strong our forebears built back then, and the skill that they possess.
Yeah.
Guys, if you look this way, you see a banyan tree just sitting on the rock right here.
Oh, yeah.
And you see all these roots here?
Yeah.
At no point on this tree, the root is 2 feet under the ground.
Really?
It's basically just holding on to everything.
Oh, it's holding on to all the things around it.
Yeah. And it's actually sitting on a rock right there.
That's amazing.
Can't believe I'm seeing.
So you're just sitting on a rock here.
Literally sitting.
You realize? Sitting and it's just holding on.
Under the banyan tree.
It's amazing.
So you find sometimes when you have rainy season and you find heavy winds, these will blow over and they will take a whole hillside with them because they'll just be holding
Because
on
they're
to it.
holding onto it
Yeah.
for dear life, as they say.
Yeah. And then if you look in the back, you see a retaining wall.
Yeah, I see the wall.
That was a man-made wall, and that was a retaining wall for the road that went through here.
Oh, okay.
Right? So these are engineering things that they did up here. And that's a wall there with no steel in it. It's just rock and lime and it's still sitting there. Now you see the use of the cherry line going along the wall. So they'll grow that big and they'll trim them like a hedge.
Oh, so it looks,
You know, it looks real nice and manicured,
yeah.
but then you wouldn't want to pass through here because these spikes here would
Right.
pick you up. Bryophyllum pinnatum, baby leaf, or the baby bush, or the bush of life, or the tree of life. You know these?
I've seen it.
So these are used for treatment of gout, um, ulcers. If you have like say sores, bites, stuff like that, the sap from this is used. If you have like say a water or something you need to dry it out, these are some of the leaves that you heat it, you add a little petroleum jelly or something, you put it over the area and this will now dry it out, right? Also, it's good. You infuse this, you could chop a few of these leaves in water and you drink it, and that will just help you to clean. You know, you have cucumber infused water, lemon infused, you drop a few leaves in this. Very strong medicine. If you're not so sure, you just eat it. Has a nice citrus taste. Drink some water, you're good. Very strong medicine. This is a well, tree of life or baby leaf. You find most of the old folks would have these growing outside the yard. These and aloes, you'll find a lot of these growing in the yard. We call them the love leaf or the love bush. When you're younger, you write your name and you put it in an exercise book and the spring leaf. You can actually propagate this plant from the leaf itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, there's one right there. Can you imagine?
So you see each node
Yeah.
springs root
Growing
and
a
then
whole
the whole tree goes
tree from a leaf.
from a leaf.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the power of nature. So here's the main entrance to Mount Travers, and this was the estate for the Penny's estate. This would have been the mansion. Mr. Penny named it Mount Travers because it's the only two-story, one of the only two-story mansions on the island. The family still owns and lives here. On the far end, if you look through the gate, you would see the old camel barn, and that's where Mr. Penny housed his camels, right here next to his property. Now it's been renovated to a cottage. All right, so they have this gate because no liability when it comes to falling stuff and so. We don't want nobody to be going up and climbing up on the ruins and everything. So it's more to secure the area. Before times, people would have come and have picnics and enjoy the views because you can see all the way to town and all the way over to Four Seasons. It's an amazing view up there, but as you can see, it's gated off and under security now. Right here is another culvert and a footbridge. So when rain falls through here, you would have had a footbridge that you could have just walked through as well.
We're back down now after our wonderful Mount Travers hike by our expert tour guide, Ervin Weekes. It's been exceptional. And our guest here today, Yolanda Castro, who joined me as my co-driver, co-pilot today, whatever, co-hiker today. It's been an amazing experience. We've seen the buildings, what remain, the ruins. We've seen so many different types of bush that can be used for medicinal purposes, that can be used just for digestive purposes, that can be used just purely for even shampoo we've seen today. We've seen so many different things today. It's been an incredible experience. And I'm just so thankful that we actually took the time and decided to go for it today. And we've had a fantastic time here today on the tourism trail. Yolanda, would you like to say?
Yes, indeed. I mean, you basically said it all. I mean, I've been here before, but I've learned so much. Onks, you have a wealth of knowledge. Appreciate it. And you took the time to let us know everything along the way. That was really, really good.
Appreciate you coming over.
Yes, and there's a whole book in you, Ounce. There's a book of all of the different bush and the experiences you've had as you've grown up, and I hope that one day you'll write the book and share all that information that we've had today so other people can benefit. It's been a great experience.
I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to come and hike with me and see a part of Nevis that most people don't really know. Very few of our people and very few of the guests know. And this is something that's, when you say Nevis natural, and when a guest come to Nevis and they hear Nevis natural, this is one of the aspects of Nevis that really proves that Nevis natural. And just to prove that we have medicine, we have everything still here in Nevis, an abundance of food, abundance of plants, roots, leaves, everything is still here. And this is one of our moderate trails. I mean, there's so much on the other trails that you can see. So I just encourage folks to, whether you're a visitor, whether you're local, join one of our guides, join one of our tour guides and see a part of Nevis, because we're a lot more than sun, sea, and sand, Yeah. And Pam, I know you were kind of concerned about whether you'll be able to do this, but as you can see, almost anybody can do this. There's a trail for your fitness level. There's a trail for your whatever you want to do. There's something here in Nevis for you. Thank you again, and hope I see you on another trail. And I hope I see the folks out there on these trails. Please use our trails. If you're a visitor, contact one of the tour guides, one of the tour companies, and we're more than happy to just take you out and show you that part of Nevis. This is something that you can do in a matter of hours, 1, 2, 3 hours. You can see the interior of Nevis and get right back to the beach.
Do you have a number that you can share so people can contact you?
My contact number is 1-869-660-7003. Once again, 1-869-660-7003. Contact me, let me know, and I will make it happen for you. I do the Mount Travers, I do the coastline, I do the waterfalls, I do the mountaintop, Nevis Peak. Pam, I hope I can get you up on Nevis Peak again. I do Nevis Peak, and also I do a walking tour of Charlestown, the historical sites in Nevis. So there's many things I can do, many things we do here as tour guides on Nevis. So give us a shout, and hope I see you guys soon, yeah?
Thank you. So thank you for joining us on the Tourism Trail today. It's been an amazing day. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.
Nowhere but my island right here, right here, right here. We live the Caribbean. Nowhere but my island right here, right here, right here. We live the Caribbean.
This program is sponsored by the Bank of Nevis Limited. Thank you, the Bank of Nevis.
Banking is now an essential part of our life. That's why the Bank of Nevis Limited is making life easier for all of our customers. As a bond customer, waiting in line is a thing of the past. Deposit checks or cash at any one of our Charlestown ATMs today. Short on funds? No problem. It's easy making withdrawals using your Bond Visa debit card. Experience how much easier life can be with just one swipe of your debit card. Whether it's online or in store, we've got you covered. Easy and delicious. Now that's a great combo. We fully understand that sometimes life can get hectic. Log on to Bond's online banking platform, and with just a click, you can save the day by easily transferring funds from your savings to your checking account. Just like that. And your funds are transferred in real time. Perfect. With a single swipe of your debit card or a few clicks for online banking, the Bank of Nevis Limited will continue to improve the quality of your life so you can continue to live your best life. The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life.